Pekida as an NGO, right, date back from 1978. It's when Pekida was actually created. I would assume that there've been this kind of shadowy organization before, but they would not take the form of NGOs. The form of NGO is just very contemporary, and as I explained, but very shortly, I could not be too long on it, those kind of organizations would take any shape that is needed to actually adapt the political context and not be seen or not be too much seen unless they want to. So Pekida or all the groups that we talked about today are part of this, what we may call the Ultra-Malay movement, the ethno-nationalist movement, that is not really a coherent movement, by the way. But tomorrow, if there is any other opportunities, they might become feminists. Who knows, you know? I mean, if feminists take power tomorrow in Malaysia, and I become prime minister, then I might use Pekida guys, who knows, you know? And if I pay well, then they will work for me, you know? The allegiance is switching really easily. We have to remember that they're business people. They're not politicians. They don't really care. They might use the ultra-Malay rhetoric, but it's just for business purposes.
Gangs in Malaysia, like the one who are hiding behind Pekida and other type of NGOs like that, are opportunist militant group, for which militancy, political militancy, has become a business. It's just a business opportunity. The alliance between gangs and political parties has different gain. For the gang, of course, it's to have a direct access to patronage and benefit from the system of exemption, as I mentioned, and remain in this comfortable gray zone where their illegal activities like drugs, prostitution, remain out of the sight of the authorities, willingly, of course. But then we have to understand what the gain of the state or the ruling party to ally with gang. In fact, as me mentioned very rightly, the culture of fear that has been cultivated in Malaysia for many years now. The objective in using gang is actually to show violence, to create visible violence. So when you create visible violence, you create a threat, and you maintain this level, a very high level of threat with people, among people. So gangs allows the state to maintain a high level of threat that will be used then to justify the maintenance and the use of authoritarian laws. Like the ISA, for example, former ISA or ex-girlfriend who is always coming back at your door. So the state run by AMNO has grounded its governance in this political culture of the threat of a breach of social peace. So gangs should be seen as the public or civil arm of the state and exercising non-legitimate violence. And gangs, whether covered by the NGO umbrella or not, mobilize their members to act, either passive or otherwise, in accordance with government interests. This potential of mobilization owned by the ruling party emphasizes the meaning of coercion of the state, whether the force is being used or lie just as a potential or as a threat. Gang and opportunist militants are a structural phenomenon in Malaysia and in other countries. And if today they are serving the interest of the majority, a change of power may just create an opportunity to serve the interest of others.